This is Run It Back with RJ Broadhead.
On Sunday, the Tiger Cats lost to Toronto 32-14, so the Tiger Cats begin 2023 with 2 losses. It's another slow start for the team. In 2021, they lost their first 2 games, but bounced back and won the Eastern Championship. In 2022, they started 0-4. They had 1 win in the first third of the season, and they lost their first 7 road games and still made the playoffs. Tunde Adeleke has been in Hamilton through all of that, and he knows losing back-to-back games to start isn't a big deal as long as they put an end to it soon.
Just a slow start for us, and we've had a history of that, and we've been trying to throw that away and then get through that, but it looks like it's happening again, and we're trying to stop that as soon as possible, so hopefully with this week.
It was a slow start for the Ticats in the game against Toronto. They were shut out in the first quarter. James Butler scored a touchdown in the second quarter. In 2 games as a Ticat, the running back has 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 57 yards and had that exact 57 yards receiving as well for 114 total yards on offense. Butler also led the team with 7 receptions.
I do like catching the ball. I do like get the ball out in space. You know what I'm saying? I like those matchups, against DBs. So I like to whenever I can get the ball out in space.
You had 23 touches in that last game. Is that kind of where you want to be?
That's honestly news to me when you say it like that. I didn't even realize it till you said that. I mean, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, feeling it the next day, but I like, you know what I'm saying? As much as I can. I'm not a big I need the ball, I need to touch the ball kind of guy. It's just whatever role the team gives me that game, I just want to try to master and do the best I can.
Butler's longest run of the game was 13 yards. His longest of the season is 16 yards, but he feels that big one is coming soon.
Oh, we're always thinking, when could it be? But you know what I'm saying, just one play at a time. You know what I'm saying? They're coming close. You know what I'm saying? I really like the O-line. We're banged up a little bit, but I do like the guys coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's always the next man up mentality.
The Argos led 8-0 after the first quarter. They led 22-6 at the half. There was no scoring from either team in the third quarter. The Ticats actually began the second half with 6 consecutive series that ended in punts. In fact, they only had 1 full drive that didn't conclude with a punt in the second half. That was a Matt Schiltz touchdown to Tyler Ternowski. It was Ternowski's first CFL touchdown.
When I turned up and we started scrambling and I put my hand up and I seen the ball, Matt trigger the ball to throw it, everything just kind of felt like I was in uni again, to be honest, just I was throwing with Trey. We were just doing that scramble stuff because we did that all uni. So it was just, felt nice, and it felt like home, felt comfortable. So, yeah, loved it.
And you finish it off with a 2-point convert. That kind of has to be a nice little cherry on top.
Yeah, it was a what the heck's going on moment, back-to-back. So, yeah, it was good, though.
Here's how that touchdown sounded with myself and Luke Tasker on the Ticats Audio Network. Empty backfield, look to his left, nobody open. So rolls to his right, throws to the corner of the end zone. It is caught. It's a touchdown. Tyler Ternowski.
What a great catch. Wow.
Kept a foot in bounds. He didn't have a centimeter to spare.
I mean, man, what a great job by Matt Schiltz to just keep his eyes downfield, because it looked for a second there like he was eyeing up, just throwing it away, right? And Ternowski keeps his body positioned just so that he can keep that toe touching in the end zone. Great connection by those two.
Amazing concentration by Ternowski. That's the first points for the Tiger Cats in the last 9 drives. They're going to go for 2. It's currently 29-12. Trying the 2-point convert, Matt Schiltz. 3 receivers to his right. Looks that direction. Throws to the corner. And it's a perfect pass. It's Ternowski again. The touchdown and the 2 points. And the Tiger Cats are down 29-14. Minute 55 to go.
Now Ternowski kind of stutters coming off the line there and then breaks the outside on a fade. And Schiltz finds him actually, a touch late. But, man, great job by Ternowski. Back-to-back receptions in the end zone. Late in this game, it's a young guy. Just great to watch him do that. And he adds in wherever he can. He's got a very David Stala-looking thing going on with his, local guy with his 88 and just tough as could be. Just a really, really great to see that late touchdown.
That intuition is one of the things that makes Luke a great game analyst. As it turns out, Dave Stala had a huge impact on Tyler when he was young.
He actually gave me my first footwork ladder when I want to say I was like 9 or 10. He was running a camp over at a Soccer World by the Hamilton Spectator Building, and I was one of the kids. At the end, he came up to me and was like, "Yeah, here's a footwork ladder. Keep working, keep going." So it's good that I can represent the 88 in a good way.
Tyler is paying it forward to the young football fans in Hamilton.
We actually, me and my brother, David Unger, he's with Toronto now. He was with us last 2 years. Got this little guy, Luca. I think he's 12, going in 12 or 13, grade 8 or grade 7, and he was working out with us all off season. He's always at practices. He's actually just got like a little co-op job with at the end of his elementary school year to come out, help us with camp, be a little ball guy, and it's nice to see that the youth in Hamilton is still like attracted to football and coming to watch us practice.
There was a learning moment in the game, too. Apparently, Ternowski missed an assignment. Then Tim White, as a result, took a big hit after making a catch and got in Ternowski's face. It was caught by the television cameras, and a lot of people have been talking about it. Now that things have cooled off, here's what Tyler had to say about the incident.
Tim's my brother. We've been together for this our 3rd year together now, and he knows, I know, like, what happened. We just worked it out. A lot of people are making it more than it seems on like the media and stuff, and that's just two brothers fight.
So all is good with Ternowski and White. The Ticats defense was pretty good too in the third quarter. They shut the Argos out, but surprisingly allowed over 100 yards rushing again. Winnipeg ran for 145 yards in Game 1, and Toronto ran for 110 yards. The Tiger Cats had the league's #1 ranked defense against the run in 2022. They allowed 100 yards rushing only 3 times in the regular season. So already allowing 100 yards rushing twice in as many games is a concern. Here's a couple of Ticats defenders who are fully aware that they have to tighten up on the run game. This is Tunde Adeleke, followed by Casey Sayles.
We pride ourselves on being a well-rounded defense. So, yeah, letting 2 running backs in a row get 100 yards, it's not who we are, and clearly we've addressed that upstairs, and that's what we're going to bring to the field. And, yeah, if we allowed 3 last year, we allowed 2 this year, we're trying to stop it at 2 from this point on.
Our #1 thing every week is stopping the run first, and then obviously that kind of opens up the way for at least myself to be able to pass rush. So always stopping the run first is key, because the run game for offense is going to open up the pass game for the offense. So stopping the run first is #1. That's if we talk about #1 thing we need to do each week, that's going to be stopping the run, and then from there it's tackling, stopping the pass. Obviously the communication and stuff. So, for any defense, stopping the run is #1.
Adeleke finished with a team-high 7 tackles, including 1 on special teams when he had to fill in for an injured teammate. A lot of those tackles by Adeleke were accumulated because of Toronto's reliance on their run game.
Yeah, that's one of the things we knew going into the game was they were going to try to run the ball, and they were going to bring the DBs and see if the DBs can tackle. And I think as a group we do that very well, so there's a showing of that.
Casey Sayles has been in Winnipeg the previous 2 seasons, so losing back-to-back games is a unique experience for him.
We're definitely happy to be home right now, and all the things that we're seeing, are fixable, obviously. So, a few mistakes here and there throughout the game. The mistakes that we made this last game were in critical periods of the game. So, it's just getting those things fixed and make sure we're not making mistakes at the wrong time.
Sayles has started the first 2 games at defensive tackle, but due to injuries has also had some reps on the offensive line. That switch from defense to offense shows his versatility and willingness to do whatever he has to do to help the team. So looking at your name on the roster, it says defensive lineman. Should there be an offensive lineman there too?
I mean, at this point with 2 games in a row having to play it, so there's definitely a bunch of jokes in the locker room about it of me switching over. But maybe if I were Canadian, it'd probably help out a little bit more too with the ratio. So, but no, it's obviously got to do the job if it's if called upon. So, kind of running a joke right now, but kind of is what it is. So.
Had you played a lot of offensive line prior to this?
I think the last time I was playing offensive line-ish was kind of tight end in high school, so that was fall of 2012. So kind of still got the footwork a little bit in the hands, and obviously kind of know the defensive line tendencies, so that kind of helps out. But kind of got a little bit, maybe. Yes, I don't know. So having fun with it though.
How difficult is that, just for a fan watching? You're always chasing after the quarterback. Now you're protecting the quarterback. How different is the offensive line than the defensive line?
Biggest thing is for me is just play calls really. Obviously the offensive play calls are going to be a lot longer than defensive play calls. A lot more different calls for wide receivers, O-line, kind of protection and stuff. So kind of the biggest thing is just kind of working with the tackle or center, whatever position I'm at, those guys next to me, and kind of getting the verbiage of what hole is going in or pass protection and which way we're sliding, and just kind of who I'm blocking in front of me. So that's just kind of the biggest thing is just talking with those guys and kind of figuring out for sure what to do, who I got.
And you were playing both sides of the ball. How fatiguing is that?
I guess the first game was pretty late, so it wasn't too big of an issue. But I guess second game, I think I was playing second quarter. But thank God it was only 3 plays, I believe. So I wasn't too gassed, and I think I took a few plays off of defense right after that. But I think after that, I got right back in, so it wasn't too bad.
And those jerseys aren't easy to get on and off.
Oh, especially with the second one. So first one's hard enough. Second one's definitely harder. So I think it's that my other one's a size bigger, so it helps out a little bit.
The Ticats have a lot of new players, and that takes a while for everyone to come together. Here's Tunde.
That is a big thing for us. It's for the last 3 or 4 years I've been here, it's always been the same guys in the room, and now it's like it is a different group, but it's at the same time it's a different group. It's a lot of big veterans in the league, so like guys like Casey and guys like Chris Edwards, they're replacing other great players, but they're great players in their own. So we're still learning each other a little bit, but that's really not an excuse for what we've been putting on the field. We got to be better, and we know that we have the talent in the room to be one of the best defenses in the league.
Now Ternowski.
It's just the process. Like explains it the best in our team meetings every day. Just trust the process. Like you look at our roster from this year to last year, it's like pretty much brand new. Like a lot of new guys on defense, new pieces on the O-line, at receiving core, new quarterback, kind of new everything just in the players' world. But it's just about getting mesh together, which we will get eventually. But it's just the process and not just giving up on each other. Some guys might make a mistake. Some guy might have an MA. It's just don't make it more than it is, and just kind of next play. We're going to build on it. We're all professionals here.
The Tiger Cats lost the turnover battle. They had 2. The Argos had none. 0. Bo Levi Mitchell threw 2 interceptions, and the Argos scored 14 points off of those turnovers. Orlando Steinauer announced on Tuesday that Mitchell will not start on Friday in the home opener against Montreal. The injury he suffered against Toronto will hold him out. Matt Schultz will get the start. Schultz will be motivated against Montreal, the team he began his CFL career with, and Schultz should have a lot of confidence. He came in against Toronto with about 6 minutes remaining and ripped it up, going 13 for 14 for 115 yards passing, a touchdown, and a 2-point convert. It will be exciting to see what he can do in a full game. That game will come quick, Friday at 7:30. It's the home opener, and lots of content on the Ticats Audio Network in the next couple of days to get you set.
This has been Run It Back with RJ Broadhead. If you like what you're hearing, give us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your audio content.